Hi. Okay, so in this video, we're going to discuss a little bit deeper into your social media posts. How to post, what to post, when to post, and where to post. Okay, so first things first, when you think of your social media, the two main ones, obviously Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so when we think of this, we've got to think of what kind of posts are relevant, first of all. So, what is relevant to your industry? Okay, you don't always have to post what's relevant, but if you're posting something about your business, you've got to make sure it's relevant to the business. So if I'm posting, so obviously I've got an aesthetic company and I've got a wholesale and a training company, okay? So if I'm posting about lips, that's relevant to all three of those companies in one way or another. If I'm posting something about my dog, it's not relevant to my company. However, it's a little bit of an insight into my personal life. Okay, so you want to make sure that you, first of all, your posts are relevant. And if they're not relevant, what are they relevant to? Are they relevant to you? Are they relevant to something that's going on within the industry, something that's going on within the world? So, COVID was a massive thing for a long period of time. It has started to dwindle a little bit now, less people are talking about it. Um, and hopefully we're all able to live with it and cope with it very soon and move on from it. Because the last thing I want is to be shut down again. I don't know about anybody else. Okay, so you've got to show knowledge as well. So if you're posting about a treatment that you're doing, you want to make sure your knowledge comes across. Okay, you want to show that you know about this treatment, you know the ins and outs of this treatment like the back of your hand. Okay, bring that across in your post. By bringing it across in your post, it shows your knowledge, and the more than likely you'll have clients that want to book in with you because they trust you and what you're saying about this treatment. Okay. Other things that you want to make sure, you've got to make sure that you always put a call to action. So when I say a call to action, something like, if you would like these lips or you would want to get in touch about possibly having lip filler, please get in touch, and then ways of getting in touch. Okay, by putting that call to action out there, it shows your client this is how you can get in touch with me. It's making it one step easier for them, and obviously in turn that makes it easier for you. Otherwise, you will get people that just scroll past because they don't know how to get in touch with you. They don't know where you're based. That's another thing. So, on your Facebook and on your Instagram about you, you want to make sure in that area you have where you are. So, I'm from Ashton_, Manchester. So, I will have either Ashton_ or Manchester within that caption. When they first come on my page, they can see exactly where my clinic is based. Okay, so if they're based 3 hours away from me, more than likely they're not going to come unless they're up this way, or unless they see something that I do that they really want, and then they're going to come because they like the style of my lips, maybe, or they like how I've come across in a certain post and think, she's honest, I want to go to her because of this. So then they might come for that reason. But if someone lives down in, let's say, Cornwall, they're not going to travel all the way up to the other side of the country to come and have a treatment with me when there's probably, like, there's a lot of clinics on the way that would do them just as good as I would have done. Okay, so also you want to make sure that you're mixing it up, so you're not always constantly sell, sell, sell. Okay, so they say on average 30 to 40% of your post should be sell. Everything else should be something different. Okay, so you might have something about something new coming. You might have something about some before and afters. Not necessarily selling anything there, you're just showing a before and after of what you've done in your clinic. It might be something personal. Having a few personal things on your page is not wrong. Having a few personal things on your page shows the real you. It shows the person behind the business. Okay, so just giving them a little bit of an insight, not have to be anything personal to the point of, oh, you know I've been to the doctors this week. You don't need to say anything like that. Just little insights like, oh, this evening, like a picture of your dog. my dog's done this evening, or my dog's doing this, and then a picture of your dog being daft doing whatever it is that they're doing, okay? Or even your child, my child's doing this. Some people don't want to put the child on social media, absolutely no problem. Leave that off if you don't want to. Maybe it might be a walk that you've been on, or a holiday that you've been to. Just things that can keep people's interest. Quotes, memes, all things like this will all keep the interest of your clients, sorry. And as well, you want to ask something at the bottom. What did you think of this? What do you think of these lips? Could you see yourself doing this? Like, I recently climbed up a waterfall, something that I never thought I would do. Went to Jamaica, climbed a waterfall. Could you see yourself climbing up this? Or I went swimming with a shark. Could you see yourself getting in the water with a shark? Because I certainly didn't think I would. Okay, just little things like that bring a lot more to your page than just selling. Okay, other things you want to do is obviously use different types of apps. So things like Canva. Canva is really easy to use as a step-by-step guide, which I am going to attach to the videos, so you'll be able to see this. I'll attach it to this video. There's also going to be a how to set up a Facebook page, how to set up an Instagram for anybody that hasn't got any of these pages. There's going to be other step-by-step guides as well, giving you ideas on what to post, when to post, and story ideas, because obviously we're all watching posts all the time, but people like to see your stories as well. So you can pop something on your story. There's story ideas coming up, self-help guides for those. There's a 14-day one, and then there's a 30-day one, so they'll be coming soon. They'll be attached to the video. Other things that you want to see is what is trending. Like, so let's say you go on Instagram. I'll just show you. So if you go onto Instagram and then you think, you know what, I'm going to share a reel. Might be your first time ever sharing a reel. So in the middle there at the bottom, you can click and it will bring the reel up. Okay, so then you can scroll up and see what reels there is. Okay, and as you're going through, on this corner here, it has that little mark there. Can you see that? That shows that it's trending. Okay, so I can click on that and see that that video is trending, and then I might think, well, if it's trending, I want to do something similar. So then you can take that. So when you click that, you can save the audio and then create your own. If you click there, use audio, it will come up, and then your camera roll is here. So you will click that, and then you can put some pictures together and do something for that audio that is currently trending. I will go into that in more detail soon on a separate video, and we'll talk about different reel ideas, different things to post, and there will be a PDF for that as well. Okay, so you don't have to keep watching these videos back and back and back. You can literally go on the PDFs. Some of them don't have a PDF attached because some of them are just talking about ways to gain followers, or you know, knowing the pricing in your business, some of the past videos that you would have watched. And then this one just goes a little bit more in depth. So obviously, things just to recap, you've also got what's called an algorithm. Now, the algorithm is basically what Facebook and Instagram use to determine whether your post is successful and whether it is interesting to your audience. Okay. Now, when I say you are your audience, if you ever look through anyone's page, you will see some people have 500 followers. Some people might have 100 likes on Instagram, on Facebook, sorry, 500 followers on Instagram. Okay, now some people have a lot more. Some people might have like 30,000, 100,000. Never get hung up on those numbers, simply because not all of them will be clients. Some of them may be organic, which means they found your page, they've come across your page, and they choose to like your page. Now, some companies sell likes and sell followers, and some people buy them. So, if I'm one of those people, I would have bought a load of followers, but you'll usually find that someone's got 50,000 followers, and then when you go on their page, only one or two people have actually liked their page or their post. That shows that they've not got a great organic following because there's not that many people liking and sharing their posts. And the reason for this is what's called algorithm. So the algorithm is basically what Facebook and Instagram use to determine about your post. So I could share a post right now. The algorithm will then show that to 20% of my followers or my likers, whichever platform I might be on. And if they like, share, follow, or interact in any kind of way with that post, it will then get shared to more of my followers. Okay, so you want to make sure it's nice and interesting. You want to make sure you're keeping that engagement. If you've got friends and family on your page, encourage them to share, like, and comment on your posts. Putting some emojis on there, a couple of words, all encourage the Instagram algorithm or Facebook algorithm, sorry, to show that it's interesting and people want to see it. So then they will open it up to more of your followers. And this is how you manage to get on to a bigger audience, because more people will like it, see it, share it, and then you will grow your audience organically. Okay. So don't just think that because they've got all them followers that they're better, because they're not necessarily. And also you might have clients where they've liked your page before now, but they no longer come to you. They're a potential client again, however, at the moment they're not coming to you, okay? So the thing that we're looking to do is increase our audience engagement. Really encourage people to like and share your page, your content, talk to you on your page. This is why it's really good to ask them a question at the end of the caption. So whatever you write about the picture, I might write something like beautiful lips completed today. My client asked for big, so I gave her big or go home. Something like that. And then at the bottom I'd write, these may not be for everyone, but what do you think? I think they're dreamy. How about you? Something, something, I don't know what I'd write, but something along those lines to keep that engagement going, to ask people. In the beginning, when you're asking people, they're probably not going to comment because they're not used to you asking. But the more you ask, the more they'll get into it and the more they'll answer. Okay? And then when they answer, make sure you answer them back. Do not ever just like the comment and that's it, because you're cutting them dead. Like the comment and write back to them. That's more comments on your page. The more people you interact with, the more comments on your page, the more the algorithm will go up, the more it'll look popular, and the more people will see it. Yeah, it's like a rolling ball. Okay? So we're asking the questions, we're talking to them. So let's say on Instagram, it might be collages. So you've got a collage app on your phone and you put a few pictures on next to each other. You might have a before and an after, or you might have a couple of pictures all dotted about of the same treatment but in different angles. Okay. And then you've got other things like reels, your stories, pictures one, and then swipe for the next, swipe for the next. Or you might say swipe for the after, swipe for the before. I usually put the after on first, so it's shown first, and I'll say swipe to see before, because obviously before is never great, but after is always really good. Um, Always keeping your hashtags relevant to the post that you're posting. So if I'm posting about lips, I will never put a hashtag about skin, because it's not skin. We're talking about lips, okay? So keep your posts relevant and your hashtags relevant to whatever that picture is. So if I'm posting about a dermaplane, I'm going to write flawless skin, because I am flawless aesthetics and beauty, and that skin I've created is flawless skin. Okay, so that's my little handle on that. So whatever I do, if I do a set of lips, it's always flawless lips, flawless skin, flawless brows, whatever it might be. It's always going to have flawless in there in my hashtag, because that is how people will find me. Okay, similar with Facebook, it's all about people sharing your content. So people sharing whatever post you put on. So encourage your friends and your family to share it. Now, it's easier said than done. You think that your friends and family would be your biggest supporters, but they tend not to be. Usually it's clients that turn to friends that are your biggest supporters. It's really hard to get your friends and your family to like and share everything that you do, because they see it, they scroll past it. Whereas you can, your clients will actually share it more than your friends and family. Before and afters are really good on Facebook. People love to see those videos. Now, videos are really good on both Instagram and Facebook. They love videos in the algorithm. The more videos you can post, the more hits you will get seen on your posts, and the more likely people are to follow in your area. Always hashtag your area as well. So I'm from Manchester, so I will always hashtag Manchester Aesthetics Clinic or Aesthetics Manchester, some variation of what that is depending on which post I'm putting on. Okay, but always Manchester will be in there somewhere. Instagram, like more hashtags, so you can have up to 30 hashtags on an Instagram post, whereas Facebook, it's usually 3 to 5. Okay, so just bear that in mind as well. Now, when you put your posts on, you can actually schedule your posts, so you don't have to be online all the time. When I go on holiday, I always schedule a post for 2 weeks, so I don't have to be physically on my page, but something's constantly going on my page. Okay, so I will then literally go on once a day, maybe when I've just had a shower, and I will just check and answer back to any of the posts that's been put on. And then the same the next day. I will never ever message back to the inboxes unless I can see it's urgent, because I'm on holiday. So I will have an automated message that says, if this message is urgent, I will come back to you. Otherwise, I'm back on such and such a date, and I will be back in touch then. If someone's just asking me for an appointment, it can wait till I come back. If someone's saying, my nose is falling off, obviously then I'm going to reply because it's urgent. The nose won't be falling off, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Okay, so things to remember: don't get hung up on people's likes. Just because they've got loads of likes doesn't make them any more popular, should I say, than yourself. It might be that they've paid for those likes. It might be that most of the clients are not coming back anymore for one reason or another. Okay, videos really big at the moment, so try and do some more videos. Get your videos out there. Get your personal videos of yourself out there as well. If you've been looking at my reels recently, I've actually done some reels with my face in them. I don't really put much on my Instagrams, or my Facebook of me. Um, but I am starting to do it more because you do get more engagement. It's not something that I don't want to do, it's just something that I don't do. Always mix it up, so you want different posts to post about different things. Try and keep your Instagram and your Facebook aesthetically pleasing as well. Not so much your Facebook, but definitely your Instagram, because it comes in a grid form. So you want to make sure it looks pleasing to the eye. Okay. Always write about how a call to action of how they can get in touch with you. Ask questions on there, show your knowledge, and be creative and different. Like I said, we will have something attached to this video, so you can see different ways to post, different things to post, and then obviously we've got things coming up about what you can do on each type of social media as well. Touched on it today, but we will do it in more detail. If you're struggling for images, there's also some free image apps. Don't just go on Google and find one from there. Although you can, if you've got a new treatment coming, I've mentioned in one of the other videos, just make sure you say that it's from Google. However, you can go on different apps, free image sites. There's one called Reshot, there's Pexels, or there's Burst. All of those you can get free images from, copyrighted, uncopyrighted images, should I say. So no one's going to come back to you and say, that's my image. And then you can literally put your logo in it, so someone else cannot take your image off your page. Of course, they could go on here themselves and get that same image, which is fine because it's not your image. So they could go on there and take that image, but they can't take the one that's got your logo on, okay? Because it belongs to you, because it's your logo on that image. If you're struggling for anything, so let's say you want to build a website, you don't know how to, there's other website builders out there. So you can go on something called Fiverr. So it's like Fiverr, like the money Fiverr with an extra R on the end. So Fiverr. You can go on there and you'll find some freelancers on there that will bid for your job. So you could put out there and say, I want a website designer, and then it will bring every website designer up, and you can look at some of the previous work and ask them to do the work for you. There's another one called Upwork, or there's one called Freelancer. So just have a look at those if there's anything that you want making, or if there's any content you want making, or if you want help with Facebook ads, Instagram ads, anything like that. You can look on any of them apps as well. So you've got quite a lot going on there, a lot of things to think of. And then you'll have the next video soon, so we can dive straight into the social media and in depth on what you can do on each social media and a bit of Canva as well. Okay, speak to you soon.